What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes are back with Impa Kasanganay, former UFC vet, former PFL light heavyweight champion, and now competing in the middleweight division at PFL 2025 World Tournament first round. Welcome, Impa, the middleweight, man. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me, guys. Good to see you again.
Good. What do those 20 pounds mean? You're never grumpy, but what does it mean in terms of lifestyle?
I guess not as much Chick-fil-A, not as much Reese's, not as much barbecue. But other than that, it's not too bad. I mean, I also used to fighting at middleweight, and then I fought at middleweight last year. I fought Johnny, so it's not that bad a weight cut. When I fight at 170, it's a different story, but we're not looking back.
What do you order at Chick-fil-A?
Definitely.
I'm not a fan. That's what. See if you can convince me.
You're not a fan? Well, okay. I usually get just like the regular nuggets, nothing crazy. But when I was in high school, I asked for Arnold Palmer, but I told the person like sweet tea and lemonade. They thought I said iced tea and lemonade. They thought I said high C and lemonade. But it became my favorite drink ever. So you can call it the Impa if you like. You know, maybe we can get that running, but it's my favorite drink ever.
So if you mix high C with lemonade,
Chick-fil-A.
That's an Impa? That's an Impa?
That's what you call it. Yep, call it the Impa.
I'm gonna try it.
Hey, my man, look at that.
I might just go to Chick-fil-A just to do that.
Tell me how it is too. It's really good.
But I don't want to get nuggets. Is there a particular sandwich that you can recommend, or?
I had the spicy chicken sandwich, but it's all about the same though.
Can it mess with Popeyes, or is Popeyes better?
Popeyes is pretty solid.
Close. You gave it some thought. I like it.
Popeyes, yeah. I guess no more Popeyes too. Popeyes was the move at Super 5.
Are you the type of guy that'll fly from Fort Lauderdale to Orlando, or do you like a nice drive to just think?
I like to ride a motorcycle up there. So when my teammate Elvin Espinosa fought the Challenger Series, I rode my motorcycle with my tire went flat. So that wasn't fun. When I first fought up there, I flew. And this time I'll drive. So changing it up.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of the new format? You know, I know that a lot of people will think, hey, it used to be $1 million, now it's $500,000, but I think the payment structure is a little different. It's one less fight, it's one less weight cut. So there's a few positives and some negatives, but what are your thoughts, being that you're now going to see two formats and you've taken it all the way to the end as well?
Yeah, for me, it's like I got a job to do. I like the new format because it's one and done. Like, especially for like the supporters and the people who are fans of MMA, they don't have to wonder if their fighter or somebody that they're cheering on. Like last year, all the light heavyweights had all first round finishes, so they put it in kind of like a weird limbo. But when it's one and you move forward, solid. Like it makes it simple. I was just saying, like, yeah, of course you want to make $1 million. I'd like to make $15 million a fight at least, right? That'd be awesome. But I say that how many jobs would a fighter work outside of fighting, or anybody works, that they're going to have an opportunity to make what they're making? So you always want more money, you always want this, but I guess that's one less weight cut, one less shot to the head, one less everything. There's so much more to be gained. So I don't know, I like it, and I'm stoked. You get to stay active. That's the cool thing about the PFL. You stay active, you keep working, and you get to provide for yourself and your family. So I'm happy. And I'm happy that you don't have to wait so long for the title, right? Like from August all the way till November, like last year, you get right into it. So pretty cool.
And the other thing too is, if you go to the finals, which you have twice, that's 4 fights, and it's not in 1 year. It's like 4 fights in 7 months.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty taxing, you know what I'm saying? Now, this at least will be 3 fights within the same time, but I think it really allows your body to replenish.
Yeah, so, this year, claim the title, get the middleweight title, and everything like that. Was unification in December, but just one fight at a time. You don't get a fight forever, right? So I just look at it like, hey, when I get this time that I've been given, I'm gonna make the most of it. And I remember there was a time I was praying to even get one fight. So what was it? Last 2 years, 10 fights. 5 fights last year, 5 fights 23, and then now this year 4 fights. But the other side of it is maybe you fight once or twice, and then your opponent can drop out because of staff. Like I mean, we were talking about Fabian was about to be out of the fight, and he's back in the fight, but there's always an alternate. So, um, still gonna make an impact in that MMA world, gonna make an impact in this world, and I just look at it like that. I don't even count it. I would love to fight more. I was actually kind of like, it's time to fight yet, but I would love to fight like in February or March, But we're back to it. April, the fights start. They had really good fights last time, but you made Logan Storley, and then Jason Jackson also won. So there are a lot of really good fights on that card. So it's cool. PFL's doing something, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Impa, George mentioned, we've always known you as a very positive guy, but what is it like to receive a phone call like that where your opponent could possibly be out of his fight? How did you take that, and how long did it take to get resolution to something like that?
Yeah, Eduardo messaged me and called me. I I don't really care. I was like, I didn't care. I mean, I think Fabian's a solid fighter. So is Jordan. I would have liked to fight either one of them. I'll fight both on the same night. I think PFL should bring back the 2 fights in one day. That'd be pretty cool. But I don't know. My goals are never contingent off that opponent. So I always say like whoever it is, goes to honor God, do my job, claim victory, move forward. And that's all I said. Like I was in the middle of a session. I was just finishing a session, sorry. And I was like, they texted me, they told me to call them. That was about it. I said, whoever. As long as there's a fight, I I don't get caught up in all that. I just look at it like, hey, you got a job to do. Whoever's in that cage on that night, because it could still change, right? Like, and we haven't gotten there yet, so the fight could change. Somebody could get sick on their weight cut. Maybe something does happen with the visa. Who knows, or whatever the case may be. But regardless, I still have to be ready no matter what. I'm trained well enough. I'm prepared. I love what I get to do, and I love to fight. So the fact that there's that's all I focused on. I didn't focus on what I'm not able to control, and that helps helps guide me.
You mentioned one fight at a time, and to me, man, it's got to be so difficult knowing the stakes of everything going on, having all those other names in front of you. Do you ever glance at any of the other names and think about that, or is it really just all the focus on this one fight?
Yeah, all the focus is on this fight. I've been through this before, Like, of course, you always have your eyes on the horizon. Like, you're grateful for what you get to do. Like you said, like all the other bonuses that come along with it. But I'm one of those people like I really do live my life day to day. That helps me prepare for the future. Like you never promise tomorrow. You don't get a fight forever. One day these interviews won't happen. So I'm just enjoying today for today. Like I know on fight day, like I'm very much in the victory, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm literally just enjoying every single day because every day has its own challenges. You're not, again, Faith would say, never need to worry about tomorrow because it just only takes away from today. And that's how I look at it. I have 2023, one fight at a time. 2024 is one fight at a time, and that's in 2 years, I had 3 title fights. So this year, to me, that's the formula, and I just look forward to continuing that in a more refined way. And I I can't control what anybody the other guys do because you never know, right? Like remember 2023 when guys all popped in at at light heavyweight right after the
Oh yeah.
Vegas fights. So then you're like wondering, you're looking across the horizon, and who knows if somebody pops on this card. The guy gets an injury, knocked out, concussion, a bad cut, can't fight, staph infection. Maybe they just don't want to fight anymore. They're depressed. Like there are so many variables that that'd be just creating another fight for yourself. Whoever's on the other side of that cage, they're there. And I laugh because people bring it up, right? Like Josh and I could fight 3 times in 3 years. Cool, respect to Josh. We'll claim his victory again. My best friend, one of my best friends in the world, is Aaron Jeffrey. He's on the other side of the bracket. See him in the finals, right? All these different things. So it's like, yeah, but then again, I just move forward, go on a motorcycle ride, take my dog for a walk, like to go surfing. I doesn't matter who, doesn't matter when. It's really always respect, and like I'm grateful that I have enemies. It means I have a job. So it just kind of works out the right way.
It's been a minute since the PFL Bellator merger. Is there still the feeling of PFL versus Bellator? Or has that kind of gone away?
It's never that. I was like, what my opponent? It's like I respect it. I know like that's like what was built out. It was that, but I just looked at it like if I had this guy PFL belts or wherever at the gym, like that's all I saw it as. It was cool. I think it was cool for like, marketing, and I thought it was pretty cool for the overall um, push of the sport. But I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. I think they're all part of the same organization. I think it's hilarious, like, to pick on the guys from Bellator. What are you exactly champion of now? No, just kidding. But just me just talking trash. But they're all really solid fighters. Like, like I fought Johnny. Oh, this is crazy, right? So yesterday I got invited to live golf event. So I was there through the weekend. And these kids come up to me and they're like, "Hey, you fought our coach." I'm like, "Oh boy, here we go." And like, no, but we respect you, your dog. And Johnny used to coach them uh, back in the day. So it was pretty cool. Then also, it was just like to think about the people that I've come across in life. They have respect for me because I fought somebody that they really respect. That to me, that's what it's about. So I'm grateful.
What arena and what city would you like to fight in if it was your choice?
Oh man, I have a bone to pick with the PFL. Do I? Do I? In Charlotte, North Carolina, where I grew up and went to high school. I just saw that the finals, the last final before the Hollywood final, the one that I'll be in, they're doing it in Charlotte. And I've been praying to God. I was like, God, can I please fight in Charlotte one time? I grew up and went to high school there. My parents lived there. I went to church there. Like so many special moments. I went to college in North Carolina. But just especially, my mom is a nurse. Like wherever the venue is, Bojangles Coliseum. Actually, where they're having the fights is where I graduated high school. So the high school
Wow.
graduation was. So I was like, you guys really, really, really did me like that. But no, I mean, Florida's great too because a lot of the kids can come and fight. Come from my gym, come to the fight. The whole gym is down here, so there's a lot of great things to it. I just used to laugh. Anywhere else in the world that I want to fight? Never fought in Europe yet. I definitely like to fight in Congo, like where my parents are from, like the Rumble Jungle. Kinshasa would be awesome. I'd love to fight in South America, I think, or Central America. I'd like to fight in Mexico City for sure because I think there's just so much boxing history. That'd be really cool. I would also like to fight maybe in Brazil versus a great Brazilian champion or somebody like that to like the title unification or something. Because I like how the Brazilian crowd gets into it and attacks. Like if you're not from there, they're telling you you're gonna die and all these crazy things, and they're always so respectful. But I think that'd be just a cool environment. And I think Japan would be cool. Japan would be cool.
Explain North Carolina again. They're going there in the future or something like that, you said?
Yeah, they just announced they're doing that like the second week crew. I guess the women fighters, and another weight class being 135 have their finals fight there, and then the
But not the
long
middleweights?
not the middleweights. Now the middleweights are
Oh.
in Hollywood, Florida, which is still great. It's still home. I'm from Florida originally,
Oh,
but I don't know. It's a place I've
okay.
always thought it'd be kind of cool to fight. So
Did they know you wanted to fight North Carolina?
I mentioned it. But
Oh, yeah, they did you wrong.
yeah, see how they did me. I don't have pull like that. I thought I did, right? I thought I did, but I guess I'm not that cool.
You brought up PEDs, and a few years ago, I thought I remember the PFL making an announcement that they were even going to maybe do some USADA type testing. Do you get tested?
Yeah, I just got tested the other day. I got a blood test and another sample, urine sample. So
USADA?
Mhm.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, maybe that needs to get talked about more because who doesn't appreciate clean athletes at a high level? And,
yeah,
so, okay, that's good to hear. Yeah.
start is done by there. Yeah, I tested a lot last year too. Ever since I've been in the PFL, they've had USADA. So
Man, that can't be too much fun knocking on the door of someone in Florida because all you guys are packing, especially at 6 a.m. You got any good USADA stories, or are they usually pretty cordial, or do they ever catch you off guard or piss you off?
well, no,
Because
it's
they give you
funny
like an
enough.
hour, right? And you got to
It's
be
funny you say,
somewhere and ready to go.
right. It's funny you say that because I was walking with my dog and this guy he rolled his window down just like that much. Why is this guy looking at me? And he's white and Dodge truck. I'm walking and walking. Why is this guy looking at me? Well, I turn around and he said, "Are you Impa?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what does this guy want from me?" And then he rolls with, "I'm from USADA." I'm like, "Don't do that, man. This is Florida." And I have my dog with me. Like, put my dog on me. But I started laughing about it. I was just like, goodness gracious. And who knows what that could turn into, but I don't know. I put my thug life behind me, not a gangster anymore.
What kind of dog you got?
Belgian Malinois. His name is Beacon.
Ooh.
Yeah, it would have been a rough day for that USADA officer.
Oh hell yeah, that would have. You know those things you can train them to almost leap into the car window in a truck. I've seen it.
I gotta get Beacon trained some more because he probably just wants some food and get pets. But we're gonna get him.
Oh, he's a nice Belgian.
It depends. It depends because they did do. He was like barking at him because he didn't know who they were. His hair was raised. They allowed him in his kennel, and then when he was chilling, when they put the blood in the thing to draw my blood, he started growling again, like real. And he's not like he doesn't always he'll check some. He's not a punk for sure, but you could tell like if he was outside that kennel, it might have not been good. So I was proud of him. He's doing
What's
his job.
his name?
Beacon, like a light.
I got my knee torn by a Belgian Malinois.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but I still appreciate them.
How'd that happen?
At a military morale visit, we were doing the dog demonstration, so I had the gear on, started to run away, and instead of going for my arm, because I had the arm protector, he kind of pulled me from the shoulder, kind of like a dog collar or horse collar tackle in football.
Mm-hmm.
And so it pulled me back, and that's it. Cancel for Christmas.
Sorry.
Yeah. What'd you say your dog's name was again?
Beacon, Beacon, like a
Okay.
light. Yeah.
Got it. All right. That's awesome. Hey, it's always great to catch up with you
Me too.
and thank you. And ask you these other questions because you're an open book. And you're one of the best in the business, and it'll be really fun to see if you can get that second strap in another weight class. So we wish you the best, Impa. Thanks for the time on MMA Junkie Radio.
Appreciate you guys. God bless you guys.
All right, you
Thank
too.
you too.
Take care.